All right, let's talk carb cycling and menopause. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. So, first and foremost, let's cover what carb cycling is, and then let's cover how to best use it with your hormone cycle in your body, okay? So, carb cycling. This is once you know how many carbs a day you should be eating, right? What you feel good at, what you're not gaining weight, what you're not losing weight, what you're energetic with, right? So for me, that's around 200 grams of carbs a day. That's a healthy amount of carbs for me. Now, it's different for everybody, but I just need some hypothetical numbers here for you guys, okay? Now, carb cycling, if you let your overall calories dip too low, then your body will store fat, okay? If you let your carbs get too high and your calories too high, you're going to get fat, right? But carb cycling is getting up here, getting to your nice, comfortable place of carbs. So for me, 200 grams of carbs, right? And instead of staying at 200 grams of carbs every day, now tomorrow I'll only get 150. And the next day I'll go down to 100. And then I'll go down to 75, and then I'll go down to 25. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 days lower than my body's need, right? And then from 25, I'm going to shoot back up to 225 the next day. So what we are in essence doing is tricking the body into saying, oops, it was just an accident that I got my carbs too low. Thanks for using some of that stored energy that I have. Stored energy equals fat, right? Thanks for using some of that stored energy. And, oh, whoops, nope, I'm not starving. Here's all the carbs you need and then some. Keep burning fat at this really high rate, right? So when you consistently eat, say, 200 grams of carbs a day, your body will burn fat at that rate, right? It'll burn calories at that rate. And then when your carbs dip low, your body's going to continue to burn calories at this higher rate. But if you keep those calories too low, pretty soon your body goes, hey, wait a minute. We're not bringing in that much energy. We need to reset and only burn this many calories a day doing what we normally do, right? So that's why you want to make sure not to stay at a low number too long. You want to jump back up to your comfortable number within 3 or 4 days, right? And you do that for a couple of weeks, for 2 weeks specifically. And there's a specific 2 weeks to do that. So, okay, so you would be, for example, using my 200 comfortable number. You'd do 200, 150, 100, 25, and then jump it back up to 225, and then 200, 200, and then the next week, repeat that cycle, right? That way, you've got a few days of your calorie intake being really low, but your metabolism still running on high. Tricking it, right? Because we're going to jump right back up after 3 days low, not at the low, but at low, right? Because we don't want to get any big hunger pains either, right? If we were to go, say, from 200 down to 25 and then back up to 200, that's one way to do it, but it's kind of uncomfortable. It puts a lot of stress on the body because you're hungry and you get whiny and your cortisol levels shoot up. So we don't really want to trip into that either, okay? Now that you kind of have the basis of carb cycling, how do you work that best with your body, with your hormone cycle? Because believe it or not, there's 2 weeks every month. I'm going to sneeze. There's 2 weeks every month that the female body preferentially uses carbs, and we want to optimize that time frame. So for the first 2 weeks of your cycle, that's days 1 to 14. That's the first day of your period through day 14, through ovulation. Even if you are in menopause, even if you haven't had a period in a long time, you can still use this idea. We just need to track it really well on a calendar. That's all. Okay. But hey, you could call today day 1. Anyway, that's a different story. Okay. So first 2 weeks of your cycle, you carb cycle, because that's when your body preferentially burns carbs and revs up really high. So when you give it fewer carbs, it burns through those carbs and any carbs you have stored really recently, right? So only the first 2 weeks. We do something different the last 2 weeks of your cycle. So that's how you work carb cycling with your hormone cycle. But let's see. So on Wednesday, we're going to talk about fasting, but a very special kind of fasting that works best for women during their cycle and how to best execute that. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. But what stays consistent is your protein. Are you getting the 100 grams plus of protein every day? If you're not sure, I'd invite you to join the protein challenge. It starts next Monday. We're going to help you get back your energy, help you get back your libido, help you lose the brain fog, help you lose the anxiety, help you lose the depression. We're going to make you more energetic. We're going to rev your metabolism with protein. So make sure you get signed up for that. The link is on the page. I'll drop it in the comments as well. Can't wait to see you on Wednesday. Have a fantastic afternoon.